in the last episode, I didn't want to get too much into today's topic about how I said a lot of guys out there, they have this weird thing where it's like they hate women or have this strong stereotype against them, but in the same breath, they want to date them so badly. One thing I brought up last video and how that even came up is that I've seen people with this ideology basically go like, well, I'll just be the girl instead. Or they prefer to be into relationships with those who are feminine rather than actual women. And to each their own. Don't get it twisted. Like I said last episode, which some people just ignored, but do whatever you want. Do what makes you happy, bro. I just think sometimes it's a bit silly that we hyper focus on one thing rather than understand it's applicable to both sides. There are horrible women and men out there. Obviously, that doesn't imply that all men and women are bad at the same breath. Like with anything, there are terrible people that are a forefront to what you consume. So I think what happens is to these people, I think when you're a guy and you literally don't communicate or have any interactions with women consistently, you only have parasocial relationships or acknowledge them off of the internet. So all you do is consume the toxicity of social media or just see them as an object. And if you're not following or you disagree, all right, well, really think about this. Let's say all of us watching or listening to this video don't talk to women, except maybe your mother or your family in general, right? So the only thing you get to see is women online. So what do you expect to naturally see if all you see is women online? Depending on what you're lingering on, you might adopt ideologies or extreme assumptions about women and their behavior because on the internet, we like to magnify and hyper focus the negative parts about anything. That's what it really is though. The people who have hatred towards women, y'all want to date them or start pulling this Western woman ideology crap, which I told y'all last episode. My friend brought it up to why some men are they're shying away from women. Y'all start picking up these perspectives on women that you'll only start seeing things under the lens you want to see it as, or what you believe to see it as instead. And out of fairness to them, I think a lot of women do the same for men. They have these stereotypes about how men behave. This is what I meant about how men and women can both be terrible in their own way. And sometimes, yes, these stereotypes of women and men can make sense, or it's predictable behavior. Sometimes we're around someone and we saw something coming a mile away because we stereotyped them in our head. It is what it is. However, we got to understand that because the internet, we're going to only see the negative or the worst sides of people. We don't like giving attention to positive things on the internet. It's always negative stuff that blows up, like drama, unhinged behavior, and so forth. Positivity is never something social media gave as much love to. And even when you do something positive online, you ever see like on Twitter or like Instagram or like if you have Facebook, right? You see someone do something positive, you read the comments, it's just people hating. Like what people just find something to be negative about all the time. Like, and all that's all we consume when you just sit on the internet the whole time. It's not even fair either because it's extremely hard to surround yourselves with positive people online. At least in real life, friendships tend to be more positive, and it's probably because y'all are not dwelling in a cesspool of negativity of what the internet provides. So going back to the thesis about how there are men who hate women, but in the same breath they want to date them, I think these people spend too much time overgeneralizing them from the internet. Even if some of these behaviors are predictable and they may be true, I don't see how investing as much energy into it will suddenly transmute them. I think I told this story before, but when I was in high school, I used to have a distaste for women because I had such a bad experience with them when I was younger. My mom was always nice. My mom never did anything wrong in my eyes, but I got into a relationship when I was younger with someone who had abused me, and I still resent them to this day. On top of that, I was just watching adult videos all the time as a kid, and it's like all I was doing was objectifying women at that time period as the kid I was. When I got into my first relationship though as an adult, the woman who I was with was everything opposite of what I thought women were like. She was charming, sweet, loving, committed. She didn't have an ego. She wasn't narcissistic. She was very motherly. Yet my damaged mentality and the trauma I had ruined the relationship. While she was that way to me, I wasn't very nice to her because of this. And the things I read online about women there and the ideologies that I picked up, it would leak into the relationship. I always conspired against her to do things that I had seen online, or what people would say about women online, and what they, you know what I'm talking about, right? And like incel content, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt my brain was just consumed with incel content. That's why I said last episode, the whole Western woman ideology thing is just not something I'm into. I fell for that type of trap once when I was a kid. Never again. It ruined something nice I had. Like nowadays, I do see the points being made about how women are narcissistic nowadays and stuff like that. But the thing is, I don't invest my time into women who are like that though. You know? Like, and that's the thing. Nobody's forcing you to invest your time into that stuff. That's what some people are confused about. I don't think it's rocket science. If you're so worried about women who are acting a certain way, you could just avoid dealing with those specifically. And if you're going to say like all women are like that though, then see, that's what I'm talking about. You just fell into the cesspool. Like you're just super plugged into some like incel content. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I meant. Like you're garnering so much hate that isn't going to do anything besides make you more crazy and upset about what you see. And it's never going to fix your situation either. And for the females who have their own stereotypes about men, the same thing could be said. We like to look at things from such a simple perspective. But the truth of the matter is, the problem isn't men or women. It's a problem where there's a lot of people out there who are nice people. And there are a lot of people out there who are bad people. But you can be one of the nice people if you actually stop wasting your time hating so much and being bitter about something that is out of your control. When I mention social media amplifies or magnifies negativity and you are being part of it and falling for it each time, it's like you're a bot. You're just plugged in and doing exactly what social media does best to influence your mind. If you unplug and try to do your best to be one of the nice people out there, it could potentially make a difference to how you think and your judgment when picking up friends or lovers to be around in the future. Because if you're putting yourself in a positive state, you can easily see and weed out the negative people and influences. I hope this makes sense. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution, wait a moment, keep my heart locked, the way it's feeling.